Hi. Well, hello. You can't put your butt toward the camera. Come here, show them your good side. Hello, Bookworm. Welcome to the first video on my channel. My name is Hannah Greendale, and I want to introduce myself and my vision for this channel using the BookTube Newbie Tag. So, grab yourself a cozy beverage on this beautiful fall day, and let's get to know each other. The first question is, why did you start this channel? Well, I've just moved back to the US and I've settled in Wisconsin where I don't know anyone, which is really lonely. I could use some bookish friends right now, frankly. So here I am. I arrived in Wisconsin just in time to see the trees run wild in a riot of color, which I hadn't seen in 4 years. It was such a gift. But before long, the leaves fell and the weather changed dramatically and the temperature just plummeted overnight. Fall is gone, winter is here, and the weather is unlike anything I have ever experienced. I am from California, where the low in winter is 30 to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The other night, the low here in Wisconsin was 9 degrees. 9! At temperatures that low, we need a new word for cold. To be honest, the mornings aren't so bad. Like the other day, I was standing at the window looking out over the backyard, and a deer walked by. And she was so beautiful, so graceful on her slender legs. She stopped, and I just stood there watching her while she sniffed the air and twitched her ears. And I swear, in that moment, I felt myself become one with the stillness. I was so full of wonder, like there was magic in the air, you know? The nights, however, are a different matter. The sun starts lowering in the sky around 2:30 in the afternoon. By 4:30 p.m., it has sunk below the horizon, and by 5 p.m., my home is enveloped in darkness. Now, as somebody who enjoys reading, I don't mind the quiet so much, but the long, cold dark and the loneliness, those are things I need a remedy for, and I think BookTube could be my panacea. One of my cats is downstairs eating, so you might hear her crunching on camera. Will the mic pick that up? I don't know. Crunch, crunch, crunch. We have a visitor. Hi. This is Luna. Oh, you can't sit. Nope. Luna, come on now. Okay. Little love, I'm trying to record a video. Okay, what is the next question? What are some fun things you can bring to BookTube? Well, I had a BookTube channel previously, years ago, and I intend to take what I learned from that experience and do things a little differently with this channel. During my previous BookTube era, I got really caught up in the demand for creating content, and that left very little time or energy for creativity or inspiration. I also caught the consumer bug hard, posting massive book haul videos, and I do not intend to bring that hyper-consumerism mentality to this channel. It's also never been my MO to promote books I did not like, and that won't change. But I will not be criticizing books that did not work for me. Instead, I intend to elevate, highlight, and celebrate the books that did. My goal for Hello Bookworm is to engage with literature in creative ways, to celebrate the books I have loved reading, and to encourage a healthy relationship with reading and book buying while building community with like-minded people. My relationship with books has changed significantly over the last few years. Book acquisition has become, for me, a very selective process. And that's true now more than ever in my life because I am burrowing in for a very frugal winter. I am not in a position in my life right now to paint the walls in my home or buy furniture. I don't even have bookshelves right now, and I probably won't have bookshelves for months. The silver lining to my situation is that I have rediscovered my love of secondhand bookstores, and I'm glad to say there are several really good ones in my area where I can gleefully pore over their crowded bookshelves for hours. I really think that buying from secondhand stores has enriched my reading over the last few months because every time I go in there, I walk away with 1 or 2 books I had no idea I should be looking for. Going to a secondhand bookstore is like a treasure hunt every time. I never know what gems I'm going to find. To put my answer simply, my previous channel felt like work, and I intend for this channel to feel like play. I feel like I am embarking on a bookish curiosity voyage, and I would love for you to join me. And Quill, the official mascot of Hello Bookworm. Aren't they cute? I think their smile accurately conveys how reading books makes me feel. The next question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? I'm really excited to engage with you in conversation about books. I will not be churning out one video per week just to please an algorithm. That is not why I'm here. My plan is to post one video per month, sometimes two, and then after I post, engage with you. I want us to have bookish conversations in the comments. I want to know why you loved a book or hated a book, or what new book or favorite author you stumbled upon recently. And I hope we can all do that in a cordial, kind manner. I think it's important that we keep our comments spoiler-free. We don't want to ruin our favorite books for our fellow bookworms who have not yet read them. Next question is, why do you love reading? I love reading because it transports and inspires me. It educates and entertains me. I appreciate that it allows me to see the world through someone else's eyes, and it teaches me to be a more understanding and empathetic person. I also feel like my health and mood are significantly better when I read regularly, to a point where I now view it as a crucial element to maintaining my mental well-being. I once had a dear friend tell me that I should consider reading less so that I might accomplish more. And he may as well tell me I should try breathing less. Books are breath. They are life. I don't know how to make them a less significant part of my life, and I wouldn't want to. The next question is, what book or series got you into reading? And the answer is simple. James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. I read that book in the 2nd grade, and it stirred in me an appetite for reading that remains voracious to this day. Somewhere around here, I have a first edition of that book, which includes the original illustrations, and they are so creepy. What question would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would ask them which author is an automatic buy for them. For me, it's Laini Taylor. She puts out a new book and I pre-order the US edition, the UK edition, and I start daydreaming about forthcoming special editions that I will almost certainly buy too. I'm a bit of a glutton where Laini's books are concerned. Like, she could write a memoir about the summer she spent falling in love with a cowpat, and I would be like, I'll take 5 copies, please. Laini Taylor does not write memoirs. She writes imaginative and unforgettable fantasy. If you have not read Strange the Dreamer, go treat yourself to that book. It is one of my favorite books of all time, and it might hold the record for the book that I have read and listened to more times than any other book in my collection. I would also like to extend that question to you. If there is an author whose books you automatically buy or instantly pre-order, tell me their name in the comments. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be hardest to overcome? Look, I've done this before. I know how easy it is to get caught up in the fervor of BookTube, that pressure to create more and more content, or post massive book hauls, or read what's trendy, or buy mountains of books I won't touch for years. And I will not be doing any of that on this channel. I intend to chart my own reading path this next year, though I will, of course, be engaging with the Women's Prize for Fiction again because I can't help myself. And 2024 is an especially exciting year for the Women's Prize because in addition to their long list for fiction, they will also be announcing their very first long list for nonfiction. And I am so excited to see what books they have to offer. I'll be cherry picking both long lists, but even so, a little piece of my heart wishes I could just buy every single book nominated. But that's not what we're about here, is it? The next question is, when did you start reading? And the answer is, as soon as I could. I don't recall what age I was specifically, but I had a brother who was 2 years older than me, and I distinctly recall being so envious that he could read and I could not. Sadly, he passed away in 2012, but one of my favorite memories of him is him opening Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss and teaching me how to read. Next question, where do you read? Everywhere. I carry a book with me everywhere I go, but most of my reading is done early in the morning because I am a troubled sleeper and I'm usually up far earlier than I care to be, but I use that time to enjoy a cup of coffee and sit in bed and read. And then I do the same thing in the evening, only with a cup of tea instead of coffee. The next question is, what type of books do you like to read? I tend to favor literary fiction with magical realism. I'm also drawn to moody, atmospheric historical fiction and lyrically written fantasy. I have been away from the classics for a while, but I'm really hoping to read more of them in 2024. By the way, if you are unfamiliar with the classics and would like to read them but don't know where to start, or if you've been away from the classics for a while and are looking to reignite your interest in them, or if you are already an ardent fan of the classics and you're looking to read and discuss them with like-minded people, then you need to check out Tristan and the Classics. I just discovered his channel and it has absolutely started a fire in me. I am burning with desire to read more classics in 2024. I think a reasonable goal would be to read one classic per month, and I'm really looking forward to it. Getting back to the type of books I like to read, I also dabble in reading middle grade and young adult literature, as well as nonfiction, and the nonfiction I read typically falls into one of three categories. The first is dark subjects like zoonotic diseases or the history of books found in human skin. The second category has to do with linguistics and etymology, and the third category is author biographies. Ultimately, though, I read for style. I care about an author's craft, their linguistic style, vocabulary, sentence structure, whether they're writing in first-person plural or using free and direct discourse, more than I care about the given subject of a book or what hurdles a character in a work of fiction will encounter. This brings to mind the time I was at Powell's Books in Portland, Oregon, and I went to a salesperson who specialized in young adult literature and asked for a book that would wow me to the same degree as The Hunger Games. Naturally, she handed me Divergent. And I understand why she did that, but that was not even close to what I was looking for. What I was looking for, but didn't yet know how to articulate, was a tense, high-stakes narrative written in first-person present tense with lyricism and immediacy, where the characters are faced with one impossible choice after another. And the book she should have handed me in that scenario was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Brace yourself for this glamorous reveal. Ta-da! These are my books, still in boxes because I don't have anywhere to put them. Oh, hi! Oh, hello! This is Tali. Oh, okay, let's give her some privacy. Most of these books, these boxes crossed the ocean to get here, and I gotta tell you, nothing keeps a bookworm up at night like wondering if her books have sunk to the ocean's depths. Yes, that's right. This box here is books that I acquired recently and plan to keep. Just got a sweater over them to keep those warm. And I have two small boxes over here of books that I have finished reading and will be trading into the used bookstore for store credit to buy more books. Isn't that right, Tali? No comment from the peanut gallery. Okay. If all goes well, I should be able to start getting some bookshelves in the spring, about the same time when the geese return with their goslings, which I'm looking forward to so much. In the meantime, I really hope you'll join me on my bookish adventures through this humbling new chapter in my life. Please leave a comment telling me something about yourself and your reading interests, or feel free to answer any of the questions I answered today in this video. Your code word for the comments for watching till the end will be bookworm, of course. Let's go with bookworm. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy reading, and I'll see you in the next one.